Here's how you're going to get the best quality using your DJI Osmo Pocket 3 without having to use D-Log or anything. I have been all over people's TikTok comments telling them my settings, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to sit down and make a video and tell you guys my audio settings, my coloring slash video settings, and then my export settings so that the quality that you get in TikTok is the same quality that you get when you're recording and editing your videos. First, my audio settings. I rarely ever use the in-camera audio, but when I do, these are the settings that I use. This is how my camera sounds just using the internal mic and the settings that I have in here. I have no idea how it's going to sound because I don't normally do this, but I prefer to use the DJI mic mini. I just bought the single mic on Amazon for $25. I bought this ring light for like $19.99 on Amazon. It's a magnetic one. I don't use the light, but I use this magnetic clamp to clamp my microphone to it, and then I will just clamp this on to my camera. If you don't want to have to use this, I will sometimes just clip this to the little wrist strap, and then that way my microphone's not going anywhere. I don't have to physically hold it or clamp it to my shirt to have good audio. Then on the screen right now, it's just the settings for my microphone, just super simple settings. If I do clamp it onto here and put it on my camera, I will turn the gain up a bit so that my voice is higher and it's still just as clear. The lighting is really bad right now, but this is how the microphone sounds being magnetically attached to my camera. And then I'm sitting pretty close, so this is how it sounds as I get like further and further away without raising my voice at all. Next, these are the video settings I use in the camera, and then I don't really have to add much in afterwards. I've had this camera for almost 2 years now, and I struggled so much with being able to not look gray, and I tried the D-Log route, but I found that depending on the lighting and depending on the clip, I would look a little bit more green and gray than I wanted to, and I would have to do a lot more editing in between clips to adjust the lighting and the shadows and the saturation. This way I can see what color I look straight off the camera. So when I'm curious with how I'm looking on here, I want to make sure that it still looks good even on my phone. I will pull it up here on my phone, or sometimes I'll use my iPad if I'm making a YouTube video. Or I don't know if a lot of people know this, but you can connect your camera to your Apple Watch. This is normally how I go about tracking myself when I'm moving around a lot. And then I move on to my export settings. So if you're making TikToks, it's totally different for YouTube videos. Download it on the DJI app onto your phone and go straight from your phone to TikTok. I found that TikTok does not like when you edit outside of the app, and I scratched that. I was actually able to figure this out. I was playing with editing in CapCut and moving it to TikTok for the sake of this video. So these are the export settings that I use, and I didn't see any difference in quality. Once you're done editing and you're ready to post, just scroll down, click more options, and click allow higher quality uploads. I've kind of nitpicked between different